Right.
Okay, we're on. So, it sounds like we're all sort of at a little bit different. Um, I'm just gonna turn my camera off just to save some bandwidth. But it sounds like are we all still on? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back too.
Okay. So we're all at a little bit different areas in this mini project, but I think if we just kind of discuss some of the main elements to it, I
Right.
think that'll suffice. Um,
Well, I had yesterday off, so I got ahead. So
awesome. And I'm pretty much there. I'm probably at I'm at the bottom of that summary list. But let's just maybe go through the steps that they want us to do. And
okay,
just kind
yeah.
of
You can read the steps off, and I'll just point and shoot then.
okay. Well, let's do that. Let me get these steps up in front of me. Okay. So, step one. It's annoying to have to click to a worksheet to find out what division it is. It isn't there an easy way to know what division each sheet represents? So this one we're just changing the names. If you want to point to the names of the sheets right there, perfect.
Yeah,
Alpha, beta, delta, gamma, omega.
right.
Do that by double clicking on the sheet, changing the name.
Yeah, everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's number one, easy. Assign appropriate names to each of the 5 sales history ranges. So for this one, if you want to go to alpha.
Okay, so alpha, I just kind of selected that.
Yep, so you're going to select the entire 72-month range. And go all the way down to 72, and then in that the box there where you change the names,
I put
the name box.
I called it alpha total is how I did it. So
Perfect. I said alpha sales.
mm-hmm.
Doesn't really matter, just as long as it distinguishes that it's alpha and what the range is.
Right.
And you do that for all of the sales.
Yeah.
For each sheet.
Each sheet went through and did the same thing. Selected it and called it beta, delta, gamma, omega. So
perfect. That's step 2. And it's after that, it's really cool what you can do.
yeah, that's a good thing to know now that I've seen it. You can really saves a lot of time even on your what do you call it? Shoot, just lost the name of it.
Yeah, I mean, even in the calculations bar, I mean, if you didn't do the ranges, you'd have to go into each sheet.
Yeah.
And select
a lot
that.
Of time as you build the formulas for sure.
Exactly. So step 3, we're going to start ranking, and we're going to rank the sales. The highest month would be number 1. So to do that, you'll go to that rank column there. You'll have to create the column and call it rank. And you'll just type in equals rank average, just like you see there in the formula bar. And then it'll ask for the number that you want, which is that one to the left of it, which is, what is that, C5.
Yeah.
And then it'll ask for the range, the array. And for that, you can actually, it looks like you've gone ahead.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I should have used my alpha.
Yeah, so go ahead and do that. So erase those, yeah.
So
And
alpha.
Did you have a question, Tucker? Alpha, and make sure you click the right one.
Alpha
Double
total.
click on it. And then get rid of that 76 there. That shouldn't be there.
Yeah, see, I did that first before I did anything else and didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah, and then you want it in descending order, which is why that zero's
there. Okay, see,
Uh-huh.
good thing we're
And then
going
hit-
through this. Catch something, so.
Yeah, and then hit enter. And that'll give you the rank for that, which is number 48 out of 72. And then you can autofill. Just double click if you
Is
go
that
back.
how they do that? You double click. I don't. So,
Yep, just double click that little dot in the bottom. double click that.
Okay.
It should stay the same because you did it's basically
Right. Same thing, just I didn't do it per the not ranking, the namings.
the names.
So,
Yeah, and it wants us to use that name. It really makes
all
it
right.
very easy. So you'll probably have to go through each of your sheets.
Yeah,
and
I'll have
change
to go
the
through each
names.
one and
But that's
change
number
it.
3.
Oh, I did it on that one.
Oh.
I just must. Okay.
And then number 4 is where it starts getting a little bit more involved. This is our summary sheet.
I must have caught on because the rest of them are done right. I must have forgotten to go back and fix alpha. So
That's good. Okay, so there's a few things that the summary is asking for. First, it wants a total sales for each division. And so you've created your variable there, total sales, and you put all your divisions up there. Perfect. And to do that, you can just use a sum function. So that's what you'll start with, the sum function. It asks you to round it later on. So you've actually done both those steps.
Well, yeah, I did the first step, and then I read that, and I went back and put round in front of it.
Yep, and that's exactly right. And then for the amount of decimals, you did -3 to round it to the nearest thousandth. And once you do that, then you can
just went to each one, then did the same thing.
Yeah,
I didn't think it could copy that because of the alpha, beta,
right.
delta.
That's correct.
Omega.
Yeah, you got to do it for each one. What you can do though, you can round them all at the same time.
Oh, I basically just copied them, and then I changed the name to alpha, beta, delta, omega, kind of thing.
And that's fine. I think they're wanting us to get comfortable with the quickest and easiest way we can do this, save us the most amount of time. So then that was let's see, we've got our averages. That's A. Or we got the totals. We got the averages is B.
Right.
Then we want to round, which is C. We've done that. And then it says there are some outliers. So we're going to want to find a different central tendency. So you've chosen the median, which is exactly what I did. It looks like you've got, okay.
Look at all three. I don't know if we need them. Well, that was my question in my mind is, do they want it to show all three or just one of them?
Yes, because I think it wants the standard deviation. So for D, I would just do the median, which you've done there, and that'll show you the difference. If you look between the average and the median, most of them are different, or at least there's some. Gamma is a huge one. Gamma had a huge outlier.
It had one big outlier, yeah.
Which will skew the average like that. So then E, sorry. We want to know, can you give us a sense of how much, on average, the sales have been dispersed or fluctuated around the average monthly sales for each division? How can this average dispersion around the mean be measured? Include these calculated results for each division. So this is where it gets a little hairy, and I might need to go back and watch some videos, but are they talking about the standard deviation there?
That's how I took it. That's why I put the standard deviation in there.
Because then it also asks for, in F, we'd like to see the average dispersion relative to the average sales. In other words, the average sales dispersion as a percentage relative to the mean.
So I haven't put the percentage in there.
So I believe that would be this. I think it's just the standard deviation as a percentage. Are you able to do that?
Yeah, it was called coefficient of variation, right?
Coefficient of variation.
So that was just, but I didn't think there was a formula for that. You had to divide the Where's my notes here?
Yeah, the coefficient of variation, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
So it's the standard deviation divided by the mean.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay. And that should be represented as a percentage.
the percentage, correct.
Okay, perfect. So awesome.
So-
So once you've got the standard deviation, you just divide it by the mean. So you can even, just click there, slash, and then C4.
Whoa, what happened there? C5, standard deviation divided by the mean. Which
Yeah, and then just change it to a percentage. You gotta
oh, that's probably why. Yeah,
currency field. There you go.
there
There
we
it
go.
goes. And then you can, just drag it over. And you got your coefficient of variations.
All right.
Now what is that showing?
That's just showing the same number as a percentage instead of a number of your,
But what's the percentage of?
well,
It's the
C5.
percentage of how much it deviates from the.
So 283.905 is also equal to 44% of the mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes
So
sense.
I think it basically says like each point plotted on the chart. So if you take each sales and plot them on a chart, and then you take the average.
About the middle.
It's the percentage that each of those points deviates from the mean average, I guess.
Average. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. And that was. Are we on to G now? Yes, we're on to G. So then we're going back to the sheets. We've probably already noticed that there's some failed. Some of the divisions failed to report some sales for certain months.
These NAs in here.
Yep. So now what we can do is, what was there was a.
So non-reporting months is what it asked.
Uh-huh.
So like here, I took to count the blanks of alpha total.
Count blank. Perfect.
Yeah. Count blank.
Awesome. So you'll use count blank to find the blanks. That's G. And then they want 2 more tables, one of the 5 best sales for each division and one of the 5 worst. Do you want to explain how you did that?
Yeah, this one I had to go back to videos because I couldn't think of how to do that. But then I reviewed a video that talked about large and small.
That's right.
So you go here and you take, for the highest numbers, the 5 best ones, you take the largest numbers of alpha total.
Mm-hmm.
And you ask for the first one or second, third, or fourth, or fifth one. So I refer back to this cell here as the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, rather than putting it in each formula. It just refers back to that. So as it goes down, so when I copied it down, it just kept referring to the next one.
Right.
Right.
So for large, I said equals large, and I picked alpha total. And then you could put a 1 in there for the first one, or you can refer to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I did, which I think is what he wants us to do. That way you can just do this formula, drag it down, it fills it all in.
Perfect. And then you just did the small for.
And then the small, same thing, equals the small of alpha, and referred to either 1, 2, the first smallest, second smallest, third smallest, fourth smallest, which I referred back again to these headings. That way it picked the first through the fifth smallest numbers. So then I did that. And then I did the same thing for beta, delta, so on down the line. So that gave me my 5 best months and my 5 worst months of each company.
Awesome, which fulfills H. Lastly, we just want a grand total of the total sales for all divisions rounded to the nearest thousandth. And you've got that there.
Now, instead of summing those together, I chose to go and put in alpha beta totals only because I'm thinking, does he want us always in it? Because it said use these names in all your formulas.
Right. Yeah, I think that's good.
So
either way, if you.
So I don't know if he'd mark me down if I just said some of these columns here, alpha, beta, or.
I don't know.
So that's why I chose. I had it that way in the first place, and then I chose to go back and.
Okay.
And then I also put the rounding in front of that, so it rounded to the -3 thousandths. So.
Perfect. And that's it. Then you've got your completed mini project. Obviously, you want to, just it looks like you've already cleaned it all up. Make sure the column or the column sizes are correct, and then
I went
upload it.
Yeah, I went and chose them all, and then made them all the same size. So
awesome. Well, that looks great. I appreciate the large and small. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did it the hard way, and then I got reading the instructions. I went back to each sheet and did another column here from high sorting.
I think that's what I was going to do.
And then I got reading the instructions and says, well, that's not following the instructions of using the named areas, So then I got watching videos. I put it on 1.5 speed again. So I went through the videos again and went, oh, forgot all about large and small. So
yeah.
Awesome.
That's good.
Well, I think that's good. I think we've fulfilled the requirement there.
So that was a good catch on my data here for my rankings.
Right.
I'll just have to go back and check them all. Looks like, yeah.
Yep. Rick or Tucker, do you guys have anything to add? Any questions before we end?
No, I'm just going to have to go back and do a lot of film watching again.
Yeah, definitely go in and look at. It's 5 and 6, right?
Right.
Yeah, those are really helpful to just follow along.
When I think if you've already done, if you already watched them and completed the assignments, just going back, like I just opened up, one of the descriptive statistics spreadsheet and looked at, some of the formulas that are in, my cells. And so that too, could also help. So if you've already done the assignments, instead of, maybe, if you don't need to go watch the videos, and you can find answers within, your formulas in here, then, that might obviously help, but.
Definitely. That's a really good tip. So I think that's exactly what I'm about to do. So I think we'll go ahead and end it, guys. I'll post this to the discussion board, and I think we'll be good to go. I don't know where the other members of our group were, but I'll send out an email and just let them know where to find this recording.
Will you also email it in? Like, will you email the recording link to us as well?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Where do we, I know it's not required this week, but next week when it's required for our meeting link, where do we post that at?
So, I didn't even realize it's not going to be required this week, but there should be a mini project collaboration discussion board.
Okay.
For each mini project.
Okay.
And that's where it'll be posted.
Gotcha.
Do we have to post it individually or as a group?
Nope. Just the host of the hangout. And I always, when I post that, I include who was present and who wasn't, just so that we can.
Okay. As long as
cool.
Yep. So, all right. Any other questions?
All right, we got to do it again Thursday.
Thursday, we'll be back here.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And then are there 2 mini projects each week from now on?
I think so.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. So,
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll talk to
Okay.
you.
All right. Good seeing
Sounds
you.
good. Thanks,
All right.
guys. I appreciate it.